Guys, don't be scared when I get on camera. I love the reveal.
Who is she? Billy?
I'm just a blonde person.
Yeah, honestly, it's happier than ever era.
Yeah.
Like
literally it is.
But we thought we would do something a little special for the Halloween episode because Halloween's next week.
Yes.
And we dressed up as Anna and Maya from Pen 15.
Like, who else would we?
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, if you know, you know.
Okay, the bangs weren't bugging me, and literally now they are. I don't even know what to do with them.
You look really fine now. You just keep pushing them away.
Okay, there.
You
that's
gotta
fine.
leave them. Yeah.
That's fine.
It's so slight with the glasses. It works so well. It's crazy.
So funny.
Anyways, hey besties, welcome
Hi,
back.
besties. Welcome back.
Too much to say.
For real.
For real.
The same decor.
Yeah.
Same decor.
Yes.
Little
Love
added
extra
art piece.
little ghost by yours truly.
Yes.
And if that wasn't clear, her.
Yeah, me. Yeah, me.
Isn't it so cute, guys? And the candle.
The candle. Like, what is that?
The candle is so cute with this little ghost.
He said, "Oh, just a wee little lad."
He's the Irish ghost.
It could be anything.
We do love Irish. We do love the Irish.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Io Beery, Paul Mescal, close to our hearts.
The Irish, yeah. We were looking at getting into some. I love my Irish boyfriend, and it's like Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And
to go see the Gladiator movie.
Yes. Oh my God. Like I think we should do that.
That'd
be so cute.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm
okay,
down.
yeah,
let's do it. Well, we're gonna buy t-shirts after this.
Yeah. I have not seen the first Gladiator movie. I don't care. I just want to go see Paul.
No, for real. Like, it's the same. It's the same movie.
Thing.
And if you guys don't think it's the same, you guys are like really super big about it. Let us know if we really should watch the first movie. But you know, I'd rather see Paul and Pedro.
Yes, like those two. Ooh, I got so excited when I saw the trailer for the first time. I was like, no way! They got the boys in the movie.
The boys are boys.
Yeah. They're just so like, I don't know, they're so quirky and like cute.
Yeah.
But I don't even know.
Also, costumes Luminaria episode season 2. I can't remember what, but our walk for cancer.
Yeah,
you know, we really tried.
And she's like,
go out.
What'd she say? Oh my gosh!
I thought this was a walk for cancer,
and
oh my God,
it's you can't so effed up that she actually said that.
So stupid.
They just be saying
so funny,
literally anything, and it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just watching, you're like, oh, that's so cringe. That's so
it's
harsh.
So middle school.
But I know everybody was saying that in middle school.
Oh, no, for real. And everybody laughed at the joke when they saw it on TV.
Yeah.
Like,
said, oh my God, I've had that experience before.
No, for real. It's just like, sometimes, no. I'm just going to stop there.
It's just a really funny show. It's so relatable.
Too relatable.
They did such a good job with making it so real.
Yeah. And they use real people's stories.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm pretty sure some of it was.
Some of it's dramatized way crazy, like the Oji-chan episode.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, it's so good. Not other than that, but
it's really good. Sometimes I get like, right now my arm got really itchy and then I'm stretching it, and the first thing that comes to mind is like I'm about to have like such a horrible rash that I'm gonna have that I'm gonna have to like go to the doctor or something because it's gonna get so bad. Yes, every time I get itchy, I'm like, this is gonna be the biggest rash ever. I'm like allergic.
Do you ever get big rash?
No, allergic. I never do, but I just get so freaked out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I freak myself out immediately. I have one symptom and I'm like, okay, so I need to go to the hospital. Like in 2 days.
Who's planning my funeral?
No, for real. If this doesn't clear up in 2 days, I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't believe this. And then I spiral.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Moving on. No.
Moving on from that.
I just can't not touch my hair. Also, if you guys notice, I do have my braids out.
Pretty sure
then
they
I
can
did.
notice.
Because honestly, I think it was really cute and it's my own flair.
It is
It's
so like it fits
cute.
so well.
It's really nice. I really like
I
this.
feel like it's so 90s. Like
Oh, yeah.
this is so 90s for
This is
real.
work for kids, sir.
It is. That's exactly what I would have said.
Exactly. I love yours. I just can't stop with the hair. The hair's so stop. Actually, stop with the hair. The hair is so good.
You know, just
It's slay. I think you should wear it too.
I don't know if y'all can still see my butt. It's so funny.
Yeah, I'm going to start wearing this in my day-to-day life.
You should. Like when you put it on, I was actually so surprised how good it looks on you.
Yeah, I honestly thought I was gonna be looking hella goofy because she will laugh immediately. I was like, she'll laugh, she'll let me know if it looks bad, and
Yeah.
she giggled, but she was like happy,
Yeah. I
not
was
like shocked.
wow. But anyways, guys.
Yeah. Well, since it's a spooky episode, we wanted to get into some spooky stories, and we found some spooky Reddit stories that we would love to read for y'all. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Oh, that's on my phone.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
said pull it up.
Earlier today, we were sitting down in this fast food restaurant. We had a little business meeting there.
We did. Because Auntie was talking about, I want to sit. Should we sit down in there? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she's like, we got stuff to talk about. And I
Yeah.
got scared. And then she's like, oh, just about the podcast. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
We're not sitting down to do a little chit chat. We're sitting down for business.
Yeah, we'll never sit down.
Not for pleasure,
anymore.
for business.
So this is from r/paranormal, and as Auntie said, bone chilling experience. Okay. I'll preface this to saying I have never had a paranormal experience until this night. This happened around 4 years ago, and I was 25 male at the time. Ever since this experience, I've had an altered perception of the afterlife, multiple dimensions, and what our reality may be. This is the story. Okay,
Ooh,
crazy lead-in.
Literally.
This is a writer. I was up late one night, laying in bed, close to 2 a.m. I'm laying down, and my cat at the time was laying in between my legs, fast asleep, scrolling on my phone, when all of a sudden, my cat awakes and is staring at the stairwell that is the entrance to my basement bedroom. My cat starts to growl deeply and poofs up in classic cat fashion. He then starts to back towards...
Do cats growl?
I guess. Back towards me as he's still facing and growling in the direction of the stairs. Meanwhile, I'm thoroughly creeped the fuck out and frozen in fear. I'm sitting in bed at this point, and my cat has now backed up fully into my stomach. While growling, he hisses for the first time. As he did, I had the sensation of an ice-cold chill move directly over my body and through me, as if it was a blanket of cold air that enveloped me. Chills went throughout my body, and this feeling was utterly, for a lack thereof a better word, they used too many phrases. Disgusting. Out loud, I murmured, "Aw, fuck." Then I proceeded to grab my cat and carry him upstairs to another bedroom to finally sleep. Now this is where it gets even stranger. I spoke with my mom the following day after she was home from work. I told her the entire story, that I was thoroughly creeped out. Unbeknownst to me, my mother had been at a funeral the previous day, and she mentioned when she was driving home from the cemetery that it felt like someone was in the car with her. Originally, she thought it may have been a family member coming to visit from the other side, but couldn't quite pin it down. Afterwards, we saged the house and said some blessings. Still to this day, I've never experienced anything like that, nor do I want to. What creeped me out so much was that it was directed straight at me, as if it was wandering around and waiting until it was attracted and searching for an ideal life force. That was the only time I've ever experienced anything paranormal, and still can't rationalize the experience. To say it was my mind playing tricks on me, my cat acting weird. Say your prayers and eat your vegetables. I think this is one that we were going to skip.
Oh, I don't remember.
Well, that's fine. I read it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This is from r/paranormal. Did something attach itself to me? To give some context for this, I've always been skeptical about the paranormal, but I had a couple of incidents happen to me in my old childhood house and the one we moved to later before it stopped. My parents lived in. I love when they have multiple instances. This is probably the first incident where I started getting an overwhelming sense of dread and a feeling as if I was being watched when I was about 11 to 12 years old. I sleep with my head under the covers and turned around to see a black shadow figure. It seemed to be the silhouette of a dwarf wearing a cloak, perching on the bedside, staring at me. I shared my room with my brother and grandma at the time and didn't make a sound as to not wake them up, but I was wide awake, so this wasn't sleep paralysis. And my brother tells me the next morning that he saw something dark looming over me the previous night. Okay, from her perspective, is scary. Your brother seeing something? Hell no. I'm a lot younger. Oh, this is the second instance. I'm a lot younger, around 6 or 7, and while sleeping in my parents' room, following a power cut due to heavy rains, see a white light darting around the room aimlessly. I think it's from the neighbors or flashlight from someone walking down the street in our neighborhood, but there's no one outside. I can't see any source of light from the curtains or window, or anything else that would have been a possible reflection. The light darts around the room throughout the night in an odd direction as if it having a mind of its own. My mom is up at this point and asked me to be quiet while both of us witness this. Okay, the fact that multiple people are witnessing these stories, I feel like makes it like more believable.
Yeah.
This is the third instance. Again, I am sleeping and hear loud, aggressive knocks on my window when I am. That was loud enough to wake my brother up, but we never found anything the next day, or even after calling the security the same night who checked the whole property for potential intruders. Fourth instance, we moved to the house next door, just next door, after our neighbors vacated years later. I'm 16 during this time. As the old house was getting too run down and needed complete renovation, I began seeing a black figure out of the corner of my eye, but attribute it to my imagination. Hear thumps and knocks against my bed and loud running footsteps following a crash coming from the terrace when no one was there. Parents don't believe me, but I catch my mom praying and being over religious about whatever negativity was in the house, asking it to leave. All of these hauntings eventually stopped once my parents moved to a much bigger house. Okay, much bigger. They put it in cap. And I went away to college, but I still don't have any explanation to these incidents from my childhood. Any answers would be appreciated. Nobody answered. They were like, girl, we cannot explain.
Yeah, I feel like there's really never an answer for like paranormal things like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just happening. There is something there, but it sounds like it wasn't like trying to hurt you or anything. I think it was just trying to like make itself be seen in some way.
Yeah, well, the thing is too is like when you see things out of the corner of your eyes or like hear things, that can kind of be explained. Like the knocking on the window, like people would be like, oh, it was like a tree, or somebody was actually knocking. But footsteps, anything that is paranormal that has to do with like disembodied footsteps scares me.
It's so scary
bad, because every single time I think about it, I think about this one video, and
Stop!
I hope it is
scared already.
It is the scariest video. Probably one of the scariest videos I've ever seen. Every single time I see it, it gives me chills in my core. And it's this guy, and he's coming from, I think he's like walking up these stairs or whatever. He's in his house, but you can hear like running up the stairs. It gets so fast, and it's so dark at the bottom of the stairs, and you hear it like it's like, and it gets so loud, so close to him, like. You would think like a ghost is get out running up the stairs and then just darts to the left. It's crazy how loud it gets. Like, oh, so scary.
I can't.
So scary.
I don't know why I decided. I was like, let's do scary stories because I'm gonna sleep alone tonight. And right now I'm so scared.
It'll be good. We should watch that movie. Oh no.
A movie that's not even goofy?
It is kind of goofy.
No, it's not. It sounds really serious. But that's insane. No, I don't know. Like, paranormal, everything, scary stuff. Like, I don't even care. I'm done with this. Got it. I'm done with this. We only have one story to tell you. That's it, guys. Strange thing in my.
Just put this hair back in my wig.
Okay. Next one. Oh, this is a short one. Do you want me to read this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Strange thing in my childhood bedroom. Has this happened to anyone else? This one's really short. This says, when I was a kid, I had my own room with a bunk bed. One night, I was on top bunk reading when I heard a strange sound. Not a rustling sound, but almost like a strange electric crackle. Anyway, I looked over the bed and saw something pitch black and the size of a dog dart across the floor of my room before vanishing. Where? I have no idea. We didn't have any pets at the house. Oh, we didn't have any pets and the house was pretty new, so no rodents or anything. And I was, of course, terrified. Bring 8 of 9, especially... Wait, what? Bring 8 of 9? Especially when I saw the thing, a black shapeless mass run across my floor in the other direction. Again, then again. It still freaks me out to this day, and I wonder if anyone has had any similar experience or has any idea what this might have been. Why'd you pause? I won't mind ever. I paused because I tried to fix the wording without having to like stutter because I was saying it wrong, and I was like, how can I finish this off without saying it like stuttering?
Yeah. Wait, can I see it? I want to see bring 8 of 9. And of course I was terrified. Bring 8 of 9. I assume they're just saying around 8 or 9.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I want to know what they're trying to say. That's ugh. You know what's horrible? I've been seeing shadows of like dogs, but I think it's just because I really want to see a dog.
Yeah.
So I keep seeing shadows. I say, a puppy.
And you're just losing it, girl.
Yeah, I'm losing a little bit.
Yeah.
That though, if I saw that in my house now, I'd be so scared. Especially in a bunk bed. Like, you're so high off the ground, I would not want to get off.
No, I'd be like, there's something down there.
Yeah,
and it's just like running back and forth, basically, or you're seeing it over and over.
He said he saw it run again and again. So he saw it dart at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I can't even imagine.
But
it's like small too. Like, is it crawling or is the thing like actually like that?
Yeah,
tiny?
that's what I'm confused, because like they never said what size of a dog. They just said the size of a dog. So like in my head, I'm thinking
of a medium-sized dog.
What's a medium-sized dog to you?
That's me. like a corgi almost. That's a medium-sized
like a corgi.
Like that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, I was thinking like Luna size, like lab, like short lab.
I think she's a big dog.
Well,
I wouldn't say she's...
I don't know. Maybe I'm making it scarier in my head because I'm making it a big dog.
It's so scary.
No, for I'm like just like a
but seeing any
dog.
like black figure moving anywhere is absolutely scary.
Just out of the blue, and it's a new house and everything. Like
but also like
no explaining.
But that also doesn't matter. Like it could be like in the property that it was built on and stuff too. Anyways.
Gotta stop contracting houses, actually. Stop building houses.
I don't think anybody should be on this world.
What?
Hide and seek with my friend's doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This one's really long, so you want to take over? Or we can switch over?
When do you want to switch?
Let me read the first one since it's short.
Okay, and then I read the rest.
We did read some of these before we started. This one we didn't read at all yet because it sounded really interesting.
So hopefully it's interesting.
Yeah. So, hide and seek with my friend's doppelganger. There were around 7 of us. I once invited my classmates after school to play a game of hide and seek in the college my dad used to teach at. They did not have their own building, so they rented 1 or 2 levels of an office building so that there must be a history to it. There were still college students around, so we decided to play in an area in the far end of the building. We chose the seeker, then we started the game.
Sorry, what?
What?
It was started the game. It was just like the little flick. It was so funny. It was like so serious. Okay, they started the game. Okay. Since there is just a limited space where we could play, we decided to all hide together in one room. Why would you do that? It defeats the purpose of playing hide and seek. It was a rarely used computer room at the end of the balcony hallway. The others hid under the tables and even above them, since every table has a separator for privacy and can keep them hidden. So me and my classmate Kurt did the same. We both went under the table, and there was another classmate hiding in front of us, facing us. What? What? Facing us.
Well, I was trying not to laugh, but I was thinking about it. I was fixing the hair, and it went up, and I just thought it was really funny if the wig came off.
You were laughing so hard.
Because I was just picturing that happening, and it was so funny to me.
You should do a wig snatch at the end. Okay. Him and Kurt are hiding under the same table. Hiding in front of us. Another classmate was hiding in front of us, facing us, so we could see each other. Kurt went under the table with me and was giggling the whole time, curled up, covering his face like in a sulking position. He was weirdly pale. He was brown skinned. Sorry. I asked him to quiet down, but he would not listen. I was shaking him, trying to make him stop. He kept giggling until the seeker found all three of us. After we got found, we went out and stood up, and there we saw our confused classmate, Kurt, confused as to how he was found by the seeker under the table sitting beside me when he was actually on top of the table curled up and was not sitting with me.
What? I got chills.
We were all confused, so we looked under the table where we hid. There was no one. I asked our classmate hiding in front of us if he saw him hiding with me. He confirmed that he saw him giggling in a sulking manner. We both couldn't see his face, but the rest of the appearance was all exactly like the Kurt we know. We asked the seeker how he saw everything, and he said that he never saw anybody on top of the table, but under the table where me and Kurt were. After a moment of realization, we ran out of the room as fast as we could. They went home, and I stayed at the room where my dad and his co-teachers are. After I told them what happened, they told us that apparently a student from some past college who, I'm going to assume this says died, D-I-E-D, wait, I'm looking at who died at the balcony in front of the room where we played in. Maybe died is another word. This is the closest encounter I had with something paranormal. I had a few more and always couldn't see their faces, which is better, I guess. It's still so unreal to me. I always think of how something like this is possible. It makes me feel somehow glad that I was not the only one who saw it. Honestly, I think it made me feel a little bit better if other people saw it too.
Yeah.
Because then I would be like, okay, now there's something I need to get checked. Like, I don't know. But also so scary to have like that shared experience, and then also be the person that the ghost was imitating.
Yes.
Like
why me?
Yeah, like in it, like was it easier? Like, what is that? But that's so crazy that they noted that he was paler than their friend.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, why did he say he was brown skin? And I was like, oh, that's why.
That's so creepy.
That's
you have a ghost playing with you.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't seem like the parents and like the dad and the teachers were that concerned. They just said, "Oh, yeah, student died."
That
there.
happens. That happens often here.
Like, oh my gosh, that's so. And it was
I
just
don't like
laughing
that.
the whole time.
I don't
That's
like that.
so sinister.
Because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so evil. Maybe it's just funny to him though.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, a little prank.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting too is they said that nobody saw the actual kid on top of the table. Everybody saw him under the table.
Yeah.
That's weird. I wonder why they couldn't see him on top though.
I don't know.
He said, "Let's move on."
I don't like this.
I wonder if there's no comments.
Anyways. Okay. Is that it? Is that the end of that one?
Yeah, that's the end of that
okay.
one. That was a good one.
That was creepy.
I
Okay.
feel like you're trying so hard to be
Man.
scared. You said, no, I actually feel great. What's this one?
This is my house that I lived. My house that I lived in for 8 years is haunted. Okay, so basically, I lived in this house for 8 years.
Are you paraphrasing?
Built in the 70s. I'm just saying, that's it. House for 8 years, built in the 70s. Okay, the first day we moved in, I remember feeling a strange vibe in the house. Didn't really put much thought into it though. When we toured the house before buying it, I never got any strange vibes at all. Oh, toured, not toured. Toured?
Toured.
Okay. Okay, I don't know. A few months in, we started experiencing strange, unexplainable things. Papers moving to other spots in the house when nobody is home. My grandmother died. Her death certificate moved to a completely different table one day while we were out. It's only two of us that lived here, and it wasn't either of us that moved it. We both frequently see shadows moving in the corner of our eyes. We were cooking in the kitchen. It would feel as if we're being watched. Oh, I would absolutely hate if I was constantly feeling like
Someone's
watching
watching you.
that would drive me crazy. I can't. I don't like that. Enough to make you turn around and look. Footsteps, the usual haunted house things. About 2 years ago, my father got up in the night and went downstairs. His room is right across from mine, and I can see straight into the doorway from my bed. I saw a white clouded figure walk into his room, and suddenly the door slammed shut and scared the shit out of me.
I just got chills.
I yelled at him for slamming the door. A minute later, my dad walked up the stairs and asked me why I shut his door and why I was yelling at him. I explained to him I just watched someone walk into his room and slam the door. It wasn't me. I thought it was him, and he walked into the room. Not to mention, my dad's door is on a weird angle. It is not possible for the door to be blown shut. The door won't even stay halfway open without putting a sock in front of it. It just falls open and sits against the wall. You have to physically close the door for it to close. I like that.
Slammed it like that detail.
Yeah, where it's like, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
4 years in, I was sleeping in one night and randomly woke up. I looked at the foot of my bed and saw a crystal clear image of a face staring at me. It was an old man, and he was very blue colored. I freaked out and went under the covers to fall back asleep. About 6 years in, we found out from our neighbor that one of the past owners passed away in his house from a heart attack. He was an older man, so this must be who I saw. We also randomly found out that one of my cousins was friends with the last owner's children and spent a lot of time in this house. Before I even mentioned anything to her about the experiences we have in the house, she asked if we knew if it was haunted. I didn't get any stories from her about what the old owners experienced in the house, but they also knew it was haunted. It wasn't just us. Why wouldn't they tell them that it was haunted before moving in? I don't understand.
Like, is the it was haunted even before that guy died in there?
I don't know.
Or is he like the entity and the last family was like a family she knew?
I don't know.
Either way, that's still like, why would you say something? Yeah. I'm sure you know I'm living in this house.
Yeah, I don't know. We have also seen some other things that are unexplainable by the old man passing away in the house. We've seen shadow figures and non-human figures. We kind of describe them as alien-like. Besides creepy haunted vibes we get and the strange shadow figures we've seen, the old man ghost doesn't present to me as being harmful. He's just here, he checks in on things and wanders around. There's a few rooms in particular that always have a strange energy. One is the basement and the other is the sitting room we have. The basement is just one large room. It's not a typical creepy basement.
Sounds like a creepy basement.
It's a finished basement. My cat is extremely attracted to the basement. It's empty and there's nothing down there that should draw her into it. There's been times where we've seen her batting at the air as if something is playing with her, but nothing is there. We've tried renting out the basement to tenants. Y'all are trying to rent that to tenants?
No, for real. They said, anyway, we don't gotta be there.
And it never works out. All of them leave after a few months. My sister once lived down there for a few months and had some very, very bizarre experiences. And I don't want to add to this post because it's getting quite lengthy. But it says feel free to DM if you want these stories. You should have added those if they're so bizarre.
No, for real. They should be in the comments. Like, come on now.
I want to make this basement into my bedroom, but I'm afraid.
What? After all that you said, I still think it'd be cool to be down there.
That's pretty much it.
Are there any comments or anything? Or can you see any?
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Wait, what is this one? This is our dual. Okay.
This little piece of hair looks like a cat ear. It's really funny.
No, he doesn't say anything else in the comments. But that's so creepy. Just like having ghosts in your house.
The face.
Yeah, like even like it's just an old man staring at you and not doing anything, which is fine. But like waking up and just seeing that
in the dark.
how do you go back to sleep?
And you said crystal clear.
Yes.
Face.
Oh my god, that's so scary. I'm just like picturing it. I would just cry.
I think I would just be screaming so loud. Like I truly think like I don't even know. Like, oh my gosh. I thought I saw
Stop!
That was my ear. I'm scared.
He said, guys, it's here.
But it makes me think of like sleep paralysis stories because like luckily the one time that I had like sleep paralysis where I actually saw something, it was like in the day. It was in the daytime, like the morning. Nothing at night. I think I would have been freaking out if it was at night.
Yeah. I like what?
Oh, I think that was it.
Just like reading these stories, I just can't imagine ever experiencing anything like this. Like anything like paranormal or just I don't like paranormal or
I think I would immediately develop PTSD somehow.
yeah, like I can't like I just can't imagine.
It's like, and I don't know how I would cope.
Yeah.
Because like I can't explain that.
Yeah.
I can't process that because what is it?
Yeah.
You know? Like
is it gonna do something to me?
Yeah. I would after the first instance I would be looking for new places to be at. Like I don't think I could wait for another instance to happen if it was something like these.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to read?
Is this a different story?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, what is it?
My strange experiences. It says trigger warning, death. So trigger warning, death, guys.
Yeah, trigger warning. Okay. Let's see. Throughout my life, I've had very strange experiences with what I believe to be the paranormal. Growing up, I believed that my house was haunted. It started a year after I moved in. Me and my siblings heard footsteps up the steps once late at night. I hate that. Up the steps? Ugh, just the worst. I had reoccurring nightmares, including a sleep paralysis episode where I woke up unable to move and saw a black figure crawling across my wall toward the door. It was the only time I've ever had sleep paralysis. One night I heard a crashing of glass downstairs, and when I went down, a large glass bowl had been tossed to the floor, shattering across the kitchen floor. I'm Catholic, so I prayed the rosary that night and sprinkled the area in holy water, which stopped the activity for years. I grew up, moved out, but when my mom unexpectedly passed away in her home, the trauma of me finding her brought back a lot of dreams and strange occurrences. I was having dreams of my mom being confused, not knowing she had died, and trying to speak to me. In one dream, she was trying to talk to me. I don't remember the conversation, but I do remember saying, "It's never left," and seeing dark, shadowy arms reaching out in the dream across the front of my dresser in my new home.
So creepy.
Dark arms
and you're just
reaching
like,
out.
You're getting this through your dreams.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Ugh. The next day, I was in the kitchen and my husband was in our bedroom with my infant son when he called out my name in a strained, scared voice. Not the baby!
Oh, literally.
Oh my gosh, you know what? It's making me think of, what is that movie? It's not Insidious, but it's like, man, I wish I remembered. I think there's also a scene like this in American Horror Story, the one with Lady Gaga, where she takes a baby. But there's a scene in another movie where it's so scary, where you see a shadow in the baby cradle's like curtain.
Oh no.
And then they slip out of the window with the baby.
That's so
I don't know if
creepy.
that's a movie or if that's American Horror Story.
I don't know.
But I can't. If I figure out the movie, I'll make sure to mention it or something. Okay, anyways, I rushed into the room and he, who always mocks my ghost stories and doesn't believe in ghosts, was very freaked out. He told me the baby had been sitting in his lap and his eyes had been following something that my husband couldn't see, almost like someone was walking across the bedroom. I got freaked out and we were talking about it when suddenly the flimsy Target mirror propped against my wall fell over on its face, breaking off a corner of the wood frame. I once again sprinkled holy water around it and it didn't happen again. Now that it's been 2 years since my mother's passing and my mental health is healing from the trauma, the dreams are less now. The last dream I had was a few months ago. I was holding a handheld walkie-talkie and someone was telling me I needed to use it to speak to my mom, but for whatever reason, I argued with her and she hung up. When I tried to get her back by flipping through the channels, another person kept on coming through, someone I didn't know, and was insistent on speaking to me, but I refused and hung up the walkie-talkie. Since this dream, nothing strange has happened, but my experiences leave me uneasy and baffled. Okay. That is pretty strange. But the dreams, I feel like can be explained away with like the trauma, because they're like, oh, my mom passed and then I started having strange dreams. But the experiences, I don't know, like the physical experiences, especially the one that includes your baby and your husband.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's yeah.
But interesting that the Catholicism, she prayed it away.
Yeah.
Or they prayed it away. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that one?
Like,
That one feels somewhat normal. Like, I wasn't super scared. It was more just like weird after that happened, after your mom died.
it is very weird, but like it's weird that like her dreams were kind of like warning her.
Yeah, like someone was
Like,
reaching out to her.
Yeah,
Like
it's
someone's trying to contact her.
and it's just so interesting to me because I do believe in that. I do believe that dreams are like telling you something,
Mhm.
but it's just so interesting. Like, how does your brain tell you that?
Yeah, like how is it coming up with stuff?
Yeah, like
that?
how is that going into your brain? You're basically your imagination.
Yeah,
But it's like true. I don't understand
Yeah.
how that works.
like you're unconsciously like making like a altered reality. Like your dreams are
Yes.
just
it's so interesting.
yeah.
But also, I was just like thinking about it because it's like, well, I don't know, because like a lot of like paranormal things,
Mhm.
you know, like you always bring like God into it,
Oh yeah.
you know, and it does work. So it's like, guys, God is real. Like, how else you like? I'm just thinking about that right now, and it's
Yeah.
like, well,
Like-
like what else could it be?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that makes sense. That's like the only. I feel like that's the only explanation for some higher force, some like godly force,
Yeah,
is that in these experiences, most people. It's so funny you keep flipping it back because I just saw the line at the top of the wig.
sorry, guys, it's real.
But it's like. Yeah, like
real
you said,
hair.
like, well, and maybe it's movies and stuff too, but even other people's experiences, when they talk about it, they're like, oh, I prayed, or oh, I saged, or like something.
The holy water.
Yeah, like something spiritual,
Yeah.
and it's usually Christian or Catholic,
Yeah.
or something like slightly spiritual.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't have to be God, but I feel like most of the time it does include God.
Yeah. Which is
Um,
also interesting because, like, if they are doing that and like they're not super religious, but they're they're religious and they're doing this, they're having these experiences. Can you trick yourself into thinking that it's not happening because you're praying it away too? You know,
Yeah.
you're like out of sight, out of mind,
I guess so.
or you're not noticing as many things because you're like, well, God took it away from me.
Yeah.
I just got a whole crazy whiff of marker. I don't
Why'd
know
you
exactly
sniff
what I
it?
did.
You're about to lose some
Something-
brain cells.
Something just smells different. I don't know.
Did you fart?
No.
Something feels different. This one is best friend's house has a demon room. I don't know.
That's my house.
Yeah, demonic activity. All right, this is the last one. So basically, this one said, it says, my best friend lives with her parents in a home built. Oh my god, is this my house? In the 1700s.
Oh, mine's like 1900.
Oh, I've known her since I was a teenager. We're in our mid-20s now, and her parents never allow anyone in their house because they have a demon living in one room on the second
Not the parents being like, please don't go over. The demon.
Like, you can't. We have a demon in our house.
For real, imagine being in like middle school and you make friends with this girl and she's like, you're like, oh, can I sleep over at your house? And she's like, sorry, my parents don't let people over. We have a demon on the second floor.
Why are they living there?
I don't know.
Okay.
They've just accepted it.
Truthfully, I thought it was a joke and that they were just fairly strict, private, and didn't want their kids' friends poking around their fairly small place, which is understandable. But during the course of COVID, when we were stuck isolating and she couldn't come to my apartment or meet me anywhere, we could FaceTime. This is where things get weird and a little unexplainable. I don't know how to describe the blurs that would appear on her screen around her, but you could actually put the Snapchat, FaceTime, or Instagram filters on them. It didn't matter the platform. The camera would actually sense the strange blur as a face, and if you left the filter on, you could watch it move around the room. I FaceTimed dozens of friends during this time. Nothing like this ever happened, even if something was glitching. This happened nearly every time I FaceTimed my best friend. The most activity was always on the second floor. I asked her if that's the demon she was talking about ages ago, and then she just casually said, no, that's just the other ghost here. We have a few. These guys aren't bad.
Said, nah, this one's chill.
I asked her where the demon is, and she said it's in a locked room on the second floor. It used to be her bedroom, but her parents actually moved her out of that room as teenagers because shit got really weird in there. I'm so scared to read this. She would wake up with scratches. She got sleep paralysis. Would hear pacing around her bed.
No.
They had no pets at the time. Scary. Stuff would either be moved or completely missing. Her mom started using it as an office. Why are you still using that room?
If your daughter's getting scratched up and you said, well, I'll just go in there.
No. But also quickly moved out when she would see the figure out of the corner of her eye on top of all of the above happening to her. It became just a storage room. Still is to this day, and they have a deadbolt on the door locked from the outside. It looks super sketchy, but it worked for them. My friend still hears the pacing at night. She has a dog now, and every night her dog watches the shared wall between her room and the demon room.
That's crazy. They moved out of the room, but they said you can still stay on the second floor.
This one's crazy.
That's
it's just a little bit. Her parents also have house rules to not acknowledge or try to communicate with any of the ghosts, especially the demon. If they see or hear something weird, they just share looks of acknowledgement and they don't talk about it until they're outside of the house. She has spookier specific stories, but this is just the insane gist that she talks about like it's nothing. That's insane.
That's crazy. I'm honestly so glad that the deadbolt works for them, but it's crazy that they're like, well, the other ones are nice.
Yeah.
Just like
I don't think I could ever live in a 1700 house.
Yeah. You know what? On houses that old, they should let you stay there. Just a little bit before you buy it.
Yes, because they're definitely going to be haunted.
Yeah, because such beautiful craftsmanship. There's thousands of ghosts in there, probably.
Literally.
Oh, gosh. Is anybody saying anything in the comments?
Everyone was just saying, alright, everyone, to my absolute dismay, my camera cleared everything before 2023. However, I keyworded searched my friend's iMessages and found text between her and her mom talking about it. The screenshots came back from my friend in July. It says, yo, I was FaceTiming with dad on my iPad and the camera kept panning to the dining room. And then they said, no. Yeah, I was the first time I thought it was a fluke. Then it was like, why did you keep turning? I ended up laying down so the dining room doorway wasn't in view. It stopped. I mean, it's obviously friendly. I'm afraid to try those apps where it puts faces on faces. What if it finds it? Exactly. Oh, it's just saying that Snapchat I tried and it worked. Those are just some of the screenshots that she put in there, like them talking about it.
Ugh. the screenshot filter or like the Snapchat filter thing is like.
And someone commented, "This is not a demon. It could be an angry brownie, which is which is a house spirit. You can try to negotiate with it, leave it an offering, and make friends. And it could also be a nature spirit that accidentally wandered in from the forest, got stuck there, and then shit on everyone. And are there mirrors in the room?" And then I don't know. She's only
A brownie, like what was that thing? What was that movie? It was like Chronicles of something. It wasn't. It's not Narnia. It's something else. The thing I just had in my head. The Spiderwick Chronicles.
Oh,
that's where I remember brownies. Because they were those little guys. Remember?
It just sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's really nothing else, but that one I think was honestly the scariest one.
Yeah, and it's funny that they've like acclimated to it, but at the same time, like, did y'all need to?
Yeah.
Ugh. Those were good stories, though. Honestly,
yeah,
I like those.
Me too. The last one was definitely my favorite because it freaked me out, and I was the one reading it.
That one and it was the one that we just read before too, with the face.
Yes,
those two were the top scariest ones. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I get what you mean, like about the pacing or anything. That's creepy because it's like you hear it and you know that it's like it's here, but you can't see it.
Yeah,
that's so creepy.
And you know that nobody else, like, even if it was just like a family member walking around, why? It's so scary hearing just like footsteps that you can't place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. Horrible. So what should our palate cleanser be?
What do you mean?
Well, palate cleanser is so scary. We should, chat about something fun for a little bit. Let's talk about our favorite Pen 15 episode.
Okay,
we'll do that. I don't know if I have a favorite.
The last season, I just can't. I feel like I can't watch the last few episodes because they just get so real.
It's so sick.
Yes,
they're such good episodes. So good.
Horrible. They are horrible, bro.
Horrible.
But
I only watched them one time this year.
I don't think I ever watched them. I just can't because people are gross.
They're fucking boyfriends, guys.
Oh my god. Why are you like a 20-year-old dating a 10-year-old? Okay, it's not like that
dramatic.
but
still, it's like too young and too distant.
Favorite episode? I don't know. One scene that just always makes me laugh is when they are doing like the volunteering and they're doing like the fashion show.
With the old ladies. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With the Krispy Kreme lady.
Really? That's her?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the one that Anna has is the Krispy Kreme lady.
Oh, fun fact for me. Delicious treat for me to think about later.
Oh. Now you're going to tell everybody else.
No, literally.
You're like, did you guys know?
I just like taking in facts. I'm like, oh my god.
Like earlier today about there's this bar in a couple towns over from us, and for $100 you can get a plane ride and a burger. And we were with her brother, and her brother turned and said that to her, and then she turned and said, "Drew, did you hear that? You can get. That's why those planes are flying over.
You can for $100 you can get a flight." You can be on a plane and get a burger.
It was just so funny that she said, so that's why, if you were wondering those planes were around, and she said, that's why. I know you wanted at least one more person to tell.
No, literally. But
you keep messing with that link. It is so funny. At the beginning of the episode, it looks so normal, and you just... you just been playing with it. You keep pushing the bangs. It's just like
but yeah, I like that episode where they're volunteering at the they're prepared. They have like their headshots, and the mom is like putting them on like the wall, and then like she's Maya and Anna look absolutely horrible, but Maya and But Maya and Anna are hyping each other up when their pictures are being put up on the wall because nobody else is saying anything about them because they are the worst pictures ever. And it's just so they're like, you look so good in that one.
Yeah. She's like, wow, your hair. Which would be us.
Yeah. that scene like is my favorite.
I would say, not to be a copycat, that is probably one of my favorite scenes too. And from this episode, when I think we said it in the beginning of the episode of the Maya or Anna, I thought this was a walk for cancer.
Yeah.
Everything after that episode,
yeah. But also from this episode, I like the beginning when they're going around to like houses and they're like, can we like talk to you about like the walk for cancer or whatever? And
when Anna starts to spiel and then Maya takes it and she starts doing like a baby voice. She's like, would you like to tell me?
And then the first lady like basically says no and is closing the door, and then Maya was like, you bitch.
And the lady like stop. She didn't even finish closing the door.
And then Anna was like, oh my god. And Maya's like, she didn't even hear. She didn't even hear. It's so funny.
That's actually so funny.
It's funny. I think it's funnier talking about it. You're like, what? They're so crazy.
What else? I can't think of. I'm trying to think of the second season. I like the pool party episode. Every time they try to go inside, and the mom's like, "No." She's like, "Guys, you're still wet." But also, I'm trying to think. I know it's in season 2, but I can't fully remember like what the scene is.
I don't know, but I just love how
scenes.
Good of a job they do with like turning themselves into 12-year-olds.
Yeah, 12 or 13, I think.
Yes, like I'm like, those are literally 12-year-olds, but until they're put with the other like actual 12-year-olds, you're like, oh, okay, well, maybe not.
Their demeanor is like perfectly childlike, but the humor of their adult damn. I said like I remembered and I immediately forgot. I like it is in one of the last episodes. They run away. And I like how they treat each other. Like, I like their dynamic. They're very caring towards each other, especially when they need it. Like, especially Maya.
Yeah.
Like, Anna is always caring, but it really takes like a somewhat big event for Maya to like show how much she cares. And she always does it perfectly. Like, she's so good at giving like the perfect distraction for Anna.
Aww.
Which is so sweet.
So sweet.
But the Wendy Vicany episode where they're like witches and they're in the shed and they're doing the and they're doing that. But then also in the one of the last episodes, when they ran away and they have Anna's guinea pig daddy. And their guinea pig is named Daddy because her dad wanted to name him Daddy, which is so crazy. But they just got off the bus, and they just got off the bus and they were walking around this neighborhood and and they come across this dog. And they say, oh, no.
They have the guinea pig out.
Yeah, they take the guinea pig and they put him on top of the dog, and then they're like, oh, so cute. And then the guinea pig falls and the dog grabs him, and the dog kills Daddy. And the entire time just yelling, Daddy, no. And they're like freaking out, and then they're like, wait, he's okay. And then the dog grabs him again, and then they start freaking out. And it's so funny. And then they're like crying, and it's really sad, but it's so funny. And then the lady whose dog it is, she's like, y'all need help? And then she said, your dog killed my guinea pig. So she said, oh. And then she said, drop it. Like, she's
so funny.
That part's so funny.
It's like she's running away and she brought the whole guinea pig with her. Just leave it at home. So funny.
She needed to take him. But such a good show. If you guys haven't watched it, please watch Pen 15. Yeah. You'll find some part of it relatable. If not, you haven't lived.
No, literally, you have not lived the middle school life. That is like, I think, the worst time ever. Honestly. It's so cringe.
Yeah, they could have diagnosed me with anything in middle school. For real. That's crazy. I was erratic, but you know,
I believe
it's
it.
over now. It's over now. Well, those are our favorite scenes from Ben 15, and like we said, get on it. But with that, I hope we thoroughly spooked you out, or I don't know how that phrase goes. Anyways, I hope you were kind of scared like we were.
I was scared.
And I hope you got some good laughs in when we were describing our favorite Pen 15
Yeah.
episodes.
Hopefully, y'all have seen the show and we're laughing with us, giggling, chatting.
Yeah. But have a happy Halloween. And we'll see you next time.
Happy Halloween.
Bye,
Bye, besties.